Sisters Slay D&D. We somehow have made it to episode 15, which we are so lovingly calling the Winding Road. It's been a couple weeks. Again, schedules, life, it happens. So we missed a week in there. But we're ready, I think. I think we're still like tra-la-laing through Barovia. And having a grand old time. Our DM isn't totally finishing eating food, so I'm not just stalling. Yeah, remember the 5 times I was like, are you sure you're ready? Are you really sure? Positive?
What could go wrong? No, it was an apple with a cheddar slice. The cheddar slice fucked me.
You just made a like apple cheddar sandwich. So as usual, adventurers in the chat, let us know how the volumes sound, because you know, every time we do this, something updates, something changes. I can't tell through my own head if things sound good or not. So let us know. And I guess from there, we want to do a little like recappy, and then.
I will go into recap in a second. I had some.
Oh, you had some announcements.
Yeah,
yes.
Maybe. Yeah. So, first things first. Stream of Many Eyes is not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. It's gonna be a 3-day event going from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It is hosted by Wizards of the Coast. They'll be doing an official D&D thing around it. A bunch of streamers, personalities, and stuff are going to be there. If you're going to the actual live show on Sunday in LA, I will be there. Come up and say hi. That's cool. But the reason I wanted to put it on everyone's radar, other than being a big, cool, awesome event, is I've been seeing news on Twitter that it sounds like maybe the next book is going to be announced. And I don't know if it's going to be a rules book, a compendium, an adventure. We'll see. But I'm excited. Details for that can be found at dnd.wizards.com/some, S-O-M-E, Stream of Many Eyes, which I will put into the chat. Boop, boop. There we go. And then the other thing that I wanted to tell people about is a little podcast that I helped kickstart, and it's been really funny. So it's called Queens of Adventure, which I recommended to the ladies here. If you are a fan of drag queens and Dungeons and Dragons, this is a perfect thing for you to listen to. It is not for kids. Throw that out there now. Like, our show has some cursing, maybe some light sexual innuendo. Theirs is way, way worse. So if that's your thing,
light sexual innuendo is my kink.
Light sexual innuendo. No, it's not my stage name.
It's too long. LS.
It's a mouthful.
LSI, light sexual. Hey! D and Dad puns.
So if you want to check them out, I will put the link to them in the chat as well. They are currently doing a season 0, so you can get to meet the queens. They're recordings from previous live events that they've done. Keep in mind that these were not planned to be podcast recordings, so season 0 is going to be a little shaky at certain points. Season 1 starts May 30th, I think. I don't remember. I don't work for them. I just really like their work, and I would like to see more people check them out. So if you are a fan of drag queens and Dungeons and Dragons, cannot recommend enough. I've been dying driving to work listening to this shit, so puns abound.
Nice.
For example, they needed to go vendor, all of their recent loot that they've acquired. So they go to what would have been called the Nexus of eBay, but that's not drag enough. So it's the Nexus of Shebay. There you go. If you like that kind of shit, you're gonna love this.
I love it. That's my aesthetic.
Yeah.
Do you guys see this fucking fly that's like tormenting me because I left the upstairs open for the dog? It keeps going like right here in front of the camera.
Oh.
So if I start like, don't mind me. Okay. I thought Adam froze up for a minute. He was just open mouth staring at something. I was like, did we lose him already? We just started.
No. All right. Now we can get into recap stuff.
Yes.
So, On your way to meet Davian, Dervian, Derp, you were headed towards the Wizards of Wines to collect a shipment for the Blue Water Inn back in Valaki. The town had not received a shipment in several weeks and was starting to get worried, and had also not really heard from the family there. Upon your arrival, you were stopped on your way by Davian and his family that had been kicked out of their winery, essentially, after several of the gems that allow the fruit to grow for the wines were stolen by various parties. Um, they asked if you could help with the situation, and being the skillful adventurers that you were chased into the winery by an ocean of twig blights that were chasing after you.
Thanks,
Uh,
Adam.
You're welcome. Hey, I didn't do it. The adventure did it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was
So
your illusion or skill.
yeah. So once you all arrived inside, you slammed the door behind you, barricaded yourself in, and proceeded to investigate and exterminate all of the druids that were in the winery, including catching one in the act of poisoning one of the last remaining wine wine casks, the big barrels that they actually make them in.
Not on my watch.
You managed to clear out the dungeon. You found the druid that seemed to be in control of the twig blights holding the Gulthis staff, which was brutally assassinated by our level assassin.
Not even a rogue anymore, just straight up assassin.
Yeah, because she's murder. So.
It wasn't that brutal.
Oh no, I'm just saying it was awesome. You snuck in and we're like, bitch, stab, stab, stab. I'm gonna take this. Thanks.
And we were all like, do 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 do.
They weren't even in the room.
Yeah,
it was good.
So after acquiring the Gulthis staff and stepping out back in front of the winery, this ocean of twig blights still surrounding the winery has now begun to part in fear of the staff. And that is where our ladies are at now. What would you like to do next? Tell me what happens.
I think we have to go out this door. Like, we can't just stay in here forever. Right.
I mean, you could. There's nothing saying you have to leave. Just good luck finding food.
I mean, I think Jayos will be okay for a while. Alright. So we're here at, like, the front. This was the front door, right? Why do I have, like, shit brown as my icon color? Who did this?
Change it.
Who did this to me? How do
You
I?
did it.
Oh.
Yeah, you on your portrait.
I got it.
Yeah,
I'm a smart.
you got it, Pam. I believe in you.
It's like I do this for a living. Ooh, I like this color a lot.
Apparently, you can reset individual people now without having to reconnect to everything.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyhow, this is nice.
Sorry.
Chill
Roll 20
color.
update, y'all.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess we have to go back to the family and tell them, like, hey, we cleared your shit out. So I'm gonna turn to Amelia because she has the staff, I guess, just in hand still, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm gonna say, why don't you lead the way?
Before that, I don't know if you know this, but I can actually purify all the poisoned wine. So
I love that Mandy's eyebrows immediately went up.
Like, pretend she just made little hard eyes.
Tell me more, E. Tell me more.
Mommy came to save the day. Get a baby drunk.
Okay. First step, E, make all the wine good again.
Okay.
Then Amelia, lead the way.
Okay.
So we have, okay, so where It's been a minute. So were those like big casks?
I think they're right here, right?
I mean, y'all have pretty much cleared this area out. Let me see if I can just unhide the map for you. Just make it real easy.
Whole map. Yeah, because this map was kind of confusing with like the balconies and shit happening.
Dynamic lighting, disable, do not enforce line of sight, global illumination is on.
Okay.
Oh,
There's a horse!
there's horses!
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well.
There's not horses!
That is a room or two we didn't explore yet.
Wait, hold on. Can I just like cast like are there animals nearby?
You reach out with your druidic essence and perceive the life force of 2 draft horses in the stables.
Jayas uses her nature abilities to be like, smells like horse shit. I think there's horses.
Oh, wait, hold on. I can do something that makes it way more like what's going on right now. Hold on. What are these? Are these what I need? Fuck yes. Hold on.
I would say that's a yes.
That's a
Goes
fuck
there,
yes.
And there. And there. Put some of these over here. Some of these guys over there.
Does anybody see
Some of
anything?
these guys here. Oh, don't worry. You're about to.
Oh.
Don't say anything.
Damn it!
Blam!
Oh, are they?
God, man.
Those are some lights.
That's a lot.
This is not representative of scale. This is a very fast way to make it all happen very quickly. Oops, I moved something that you shouldn't see. Let's put that back. Boop.
Oh, I didn't see it anyway.
It
That's
was
how good
very
I
light
am.
text, which is how I
This
missed it.
isn't a tree light.
This isn't a tree blight. I mean, totally like, you know, metagame. I'm seeing like 5 groups and there's like 4 of us. So, like, I think I'll be fine.
No, you can hide them.
It's
We don't need
fine.
those.
Oh, there's like 4 groupings. There's 4 of us. I think I'll be fine.
There are like
It's
hundreds
fine.
of them.
I
Fine.
mean, if you want more, I can copy paste more.
That's cool!
See what you
It's
did.
very easy to do.
Let's just go back to there's horses and we're gonna get good wine.
Yeah.
This does kind of put the predicament in like perspective though.
Okay, so this cart that's underneath us, how many more casks will it hold? Because it already has the 3 in there.
So it's got 3 in there, and I mean, if you wanted to stack it pretty high, you'd have to be able to get the barrels up there and probably use a little bit of strength to maneuver them, but you could theoretically stack them in kind of like a pyramid shape, so you could probably throw another 3 on top of that.
Why aren't any of us barbarians?
Can't know.
So, I mean, once they're up there, I could possibly, if my DM would be okay, I could entangle them so they don't fall.
I'd be fine with that. That's creative.
Okay.
I say, just tell me what you want to do, and we'll see if it works or not.
Okay, I just don't know how we're gonna move them. Well, don't they have like a pulley thing, and we could just roll them and then
The pulley
pulley
was in the
them
room
down.
above. You're right.
Yeah, and that's where we are. So we could just roll 3 more barrels out, and then I could just purify them all at once. That way, I don't have to cast the spell more than once.
Yeah.
However you think will work to make the wine better faster, Jayas is okay for it.
Yeah, this one over here was the one that was poisoned. Or at least the one that you saw being poisoned. You would have to check and see if these 2 were also poisoned, but I mean, if there was a druid and they were on the last one and they had a poison vial, and infer what you would like from that.
Survey says.
So these other casks don't have the special wine? They don't have the special drink?
Most of those casks are empty. You'll have to fill them from the big distillers.
Okay, fine. All right. So let's get to work.
Make this like a factory line.
I was gonna say, are we about to do like an 80s montage right now? Like,
I would like everyone to roll for montage.
Okay, that's a
What do I roll
D20.
for that? Performance?
I think that's D20. I think it's just like a straight roll. I mean, a 16 for montage. Wow.
Alright, sure, average is high enough. So you all set to work using clever magics and grit to roll up empty casks from the basement level all the way up to the loading area, where E is standing above the 3 different distillers and just holding, aloft her. What do you use as your casting implement? You have like a druidic symbol, right?
I didn't really pick one.
Okay.
So whatever I have, I would prefer it to be like small, like maybe like a necklace or something,
Sure.
like a charm. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah, so-
like actually, this goes in line with what I created my character after. A white dove.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you're standing on the balcony above these 3 distillers. You raise your hands out, and through sheer force of will and your tapping in with nature, your emblem begins to glow with a very bright white light, and a white dove actually flies from your necklace in this form of, healing energy, and immediately
Magic.
starts diving into each barrel, spinning around, and kind of you see this healing white effervescence start to come off of it, little sparklies.
Can we
as
hear
the
like
poison is lifted.
sparkling wind chimes at the same time? It's like
Tingle, tingle, tingle.
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna see if I
Okay.
can find
And glitter.
sound effect.
and glitter.
Feathers flying
God.
everywhere like angels.
Oh, I like that. Feathers.
Let's see, like, sound
Thought
effect.
you might.
Tabletop audio. You have so much stuff.
I'm not quite glitter girly enough, but I'm feather girly.
Which explains your one-shot character.
Right.
Exactly. Well, I tried to find the right spell effect sound, but I can't because I'm bad
That's
at this.
okay.
So,
I think we can all be
Yeah.
oralize what that would be like.
so yeah, you managed to cleanse all the barrels over, an amount of time to get everything ready. The other ladies are all rolling up these empty casks to bring up another 3 as you fill them all up of different wines, and these are all Dragon Crush. They're top shelf wine. After that, you continue to roll them even harder up the spiral staircase down here on the right as you push them all up to the 3rd floor, or the 2nd floor of the cellar. Load them into the pulley and begin to lower them into the cart.
Amelia's complaining the whole time because she never wanted to do this in the first place.
That's like silent anger. It's just like muttering.
This is so dumb. Why are we doing
bottles? Do you have any empty bottles, or can we find any empty bottles? That way we can just carry some on our person.
Funny you should mention that, E, because I actually think I have a random empty bottle on me. Hold on, let me just. And she's gonna like start going through her pack, and she's gonna be like, dead rat elixir, grick tentacle.
I mean, you can get rid of some of that vinegar water. Spoiled stuff. that we got
She's
from
gonna pull out like the wolf's claws, like drop them.
At this point, I'm pretty sure like that tentacle has just sloughed off entirely.
That's why I say it's like. Bleh.
Yeah,
Adam,
it's-
stop with the bites.
Hold on, what does this? This says picture. Hold on, I have to. It just says picture from the. Oh, it gets. I was like, it gets cut off. It just. I have so. I don't remember.
Yeah, you
I don't remember where I picked the picture up from, but I'm gonna pull out just like, I don't know, like a sangria picture and be like, I have this.
Is it like a thermos?
No, I don't know, because my note got cut off. It just says picture from the.
Or is it like a cooler?
And I'm imagining it's a sangria pitcher, so it's like an open top. It's like yay wide, this high. You could probably fit like 128 ounces, so like Was it like 2 bottles of wine, probably, if you're gonna make a good sangria. If we could get some fruit and chop it up, it'd probably be great.
Sounds good.
But it does not have a lid, so...
I'm just staring at the window like, as she's talking, everything's multiplying. So many of them.
But yeah, so I'll start like putting everything back in and be like, yeah, no, I don't have an empty bottle. And I'm I'm sure there's like a shelf of them.
Okay.
You recall that when you were in the basement, there was a thunder wave that destroyed a bunch of bottles. However, there were still some down there. You never did check to see if they were already full of wine or if they could be used.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
just a
I mean,
Can we
classic
do-
if you
Shiva
want to get any.
city.
Do we want to do a separate montage of like going into the basement, emptying the bottles?
You can do that if you want to. I'm just gonna watch this and make sure it doesn't fall.
Separate montage! I got a 4!
Sitting there being bored. I'm like, this is so good.
Yeah, I imagine Amelia's watching as this is going on, like they're doing a montage, but the whole time she's just sitting there like, there's not a montage at all. Like they're
With,
just,
like,
they keep saying.
It's just Jay Oz running around. Are you ready for a montage? And then she answers herself and goes, montage!
And like Amelia's seeing it in like real time.
Just that on a loop for like the 3 hours it took you to do this. Meanwhile, Amelia's walking out into the sea of the twig blades. She's like, "Take me now."
I have
She
the
could just,
staff,
like,
they won't.
stab.
Friends with them. Can I try to make friends
It's
with
so
them?
hot.
Sure. Do you want to sit on the dock and try and become friends?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go out to the dock, and what do you do to try and make friends with these twig blades?
I will put the staff behind me, and then I'll like sit
Are you letting go of the staff?
Ooh.
behind me. Like I could grab it if I need to.
Okay.
So it's like leaning on your back, or
So as you let go of the staff, none of the twig blades make a move towards you. They're still kind of shuffling farther away, and you can see some of them kind of like raising their twiggy arms and their claws, kind of like push or protect themselves, expecting some kind of danger to come their way.
Like, hi, little thingies. You little tree creatures.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oh.
I mean, if somebody called me a tree creature, I would buy that.
Oh.
Nice.
Dang.
One of them decides it's going to try and be brave, and it approaches like probably still 10 feet away from you, but it's getting closer. Like it's still very tentative. The rest of them are just kind of like scrambling amongst themselves, not really like going forward. And while they can't speak, you can kind of imagine they're all going like, "Dude, what are you doing? This is a terrible idea." They're like grabbing onto each other and
They're small, right? They're like bone truckles, but mean.
kind of. They are about 2 foot in height, and yes, they're very
Okay.
stiff.
little baby Groots. Come on.
That's on the ground, right? I'm gonna take like a thing of grass and then hand it out to it. Be like, here,
Aw.
have a present.
It grabs grass near it and just kind of throws it back and goes.
And I can
Oh,
make
you're so cute.
I wonder, maybe I could just make it a crown out of grass. Then maybe he'll like me then.
Have you stepped away from the staff, or are you still close to the staff?
Right behind me.
Still right behind you. Okay.
Where is
Weaving.
she?
Weaving a crown out of grass to give to this little tree blight that I want to be friends
Okay.
with.
Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Persuasion, great. Performance, not so
Yeah.
much.
You're taking like handfuls of grass, and I mean, granted, the grass in Barovia is not very.
Green.
It's not very green. You're kind of like trying to twist stuff together, and some of the drier bits of grass are just like flaking and snapping as you're trying to weave them all together. Eventually, you do manage to get a very thin band together, and because the twig blades are pretty small, like it's not very large. It's maybe like circling that big.
I'll just hand it to him. Be like, here, get a little one.
He's not approaching close enough. Do you want to head closer?
Hmm?
It's still about 10 feet away from you. You have to try and approach.
Yeah, I want to do that. I'll like jump down. I'll leave the staff on the like.
Okay.
Can you ping it where the staff is?
I guess we're like sitting.
So we'll say you're about right where your character is now.
Yeah,
The
that's
other
what
girl's
like
back.
right there.
Okay.
And then he's about this far away, about 10 feet. And we'll say the staff is like right behind you at the door, kind of like jammed up in the corner there. So you get a little bit closer.
Oh, she said she
And-
jumped down, didn't she?
Here, friend. Your little have a little crown.
Uh,
I'll put it on my head and show him that it's for your head.
okay. It's still not really approaching closer. Do you want to take another step?
Just like,
Hair, keep going. I can kill them all in a second, so it's
good. I believe in you.
Okay.
Them daggers.
As you get closer, and you're holding like you've got the crown on your head. You're kind of adjusting it. It's going to make an attack at you
brat.
because they are twig blades.
Aww.
I just want to be your friend.
I'm just imagining like baby Groot and then like going super rabid as it gets closer.
Yeah. To be fair, like baby Groot is sentient. A lot of these are not so much. So he's terrified of you, and is not trying to approach and being. And as soon as you approach, he tries to take this very weak claw swipe at you before immediately darting back out into join the group of all of the other twig blades.
Don't be my friend. Whatever. And then I just walk back to the staff and see what the other girls are doing in their montage.
Montage! Jayas is still running around. Montage!
At this point, she's done. She's in the basement by herself, just looking at bottles.
Making up her own music.
So you're in the basement and you're looking at these bottles, and as you pick up a few of them, like they're hefty. You can feel that there's definitely stuff in them. Some of the labels show grape mash, purple mash. That was the name of the other one.
Purple mash.
Yeah, purple mash and
Purple
dragon
mash.
crush. All in all, you find about 12 bottles, most of which are the lower caliber wine, but 4 of them are good, like the dragon crush stuff.
But there's no way to know if this could have been poisoned before, right? Or could I do a check?
I mean, I can actually do a spell for that, but I'm like,
It's not very
sorry.
good, so.
I had an itch and I forgot.
Don't touch it.
I did.
If
Just
you need to
gonna.
take a moment, just go. So, Jayaz manages to come back up with a few bottles of wine that are not poisoned. And she just kind of adds them to the cart and goes, "Doot-doot-doot-doot," and lines the sides with them. Meanwhile, all the twig blights are hiding behind here and they're not ready to like approach. They don't want to get any closer.
It's great.
So.
What I was gonna say is if it's not the good stuff and there's no way to check it, I was gonna dump the wine and then just fill it with the good stuff.
Okay. You take the 6 bottles that are just crap,
Mm-hmm.
and you very unceremoniously just dump them on the cellar floor. Just bloop, 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 bloop.
Pouring them out for my homies.
Yep. And then you take them back up. You fill them up with the nice wine. You recork them. You don't have any wax to seal them with, but meh, it's fine.
Do I though?
Honestly,
Do I not?
Honestly, are they going to make it back to a lot of
They're not. You're right. That's a waste of wax because I have several candles on me and a lot of Grick
Exactly.
tentacle fat. All right. Yeah. So that's what I do.
Okay.
So fat.
All right. What happens next? You've loaded up your wagon. You've found the 2 horses by druidic sensing, but the twig blights are still outside.
Let me go see the. Is there a way to get to the horses without having to go outside?
You can use that staff, can't you? That I'm not gonna touch.
And I'm not gonna touch
They
it.
won't come close to me either. So I mean, do they
What?
really need to live anymore if they're not going to be my friend?
Can't we just burn them, like all of them?
You could be a very vengeful goddess and just walk out into the middle of them and then destroy them all. I feel like that would be fun. You don't want to be my friend? Fine.
None of us have any kind of fireball type thing, right? We've been over this before.
Okay, so
I mean,
I'm
one
gonna
of us might have fireball type stuff.
Here-
I have to get hit first, and then I can.
And then you can. So here's my idea. All right. I think
no real.
Amelia goes out and wrangle them all up with your wrangle. Yes.
I can't control them. They just don't like me.
But can't you use the staff to kind of like lead them into like corral them in one area? And then whoever can do fiery things, just light them all on fucking fire so we can go enjoy our wine.
We attack them.
Yeah.
Even if I have the staff, they'll still attack me if someone harms them.
That's what I'm saying. Don't harm them outright. We're going to get them all together in one group and then
And then
burn
the
them.
ones that live will come attack you.
None of them are going to live.
I thought that there was a way that you could dispel them with that staff. Don't you break it?
She has to destroy it.
Yeah.
No use to the staff, E.
Well, that's my idea.
I vote that we destroy the staff because I think that's the easiest thing to do to get them to go away. But I'm just one party member. Majority rules.
Anymore. It's boring now.
What?
It's boring.
Like, this
Oh, you
is
don't
my
want the
plan more.
staff?
No, you hurt me. It's boring now.
Oh.
Boring
not-
now. I don't want to carry around a big piece of wood that doesn't do anything.
It actually does do really cool stuff. This is not E talking. It does do really cool magic-wise.
Charlie knows it does. Yeah, but it has like a chance of making me mad, which I feel
Which
like
is
would be a
super
good thing
cool.
for Amelia. So
Oh, okay. I totally. Okay. I didn't know if you remembered. Okay. Sorry. Back. So E is all about destroying that staff, but she's not going to seem too eager because she doesn't want Amelia to not want to destroy it because she's eager for her to destroy it. So,
like the teenager, you tell not to come home early. So
You fucking lost me in that reverse psychology.
well, E just understands how children work. So,
Mom.
so she's not going to act like she's excited with the prospect of you destroying it.
No, like I really think Amelia's bored with it now. She saw what it can do. She knows what it can do now. She's like, okay, it's boring.
Okay.
Got itch.
Alright. So,
No, you
I'm gently. It's right here.
I don't need to
I
have like a
think
nosebleed
you
happen
say
live
you
on
have an
Twitch.
itchy nose, because like made me realize that I also had an itchy nose. So
I'm sorry.
contagious.
I'm gently caressing it with an Apple Pencil.
Product placement, sponsor us.
I don't use it. This is okay. It's at this time that I realize how badly I just want to sneeze and touch my nose all the time.
You can't.
Apple pencil, touch my nose, touch my nose.
So the game plan. We have none.
Amelia, what are you going to do?
Boring.
Y'all tell me.
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
See, she has to sneeze.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
Look what you've
Thanks.
I'm so sorry.
When I sneeze, stream's canceled. Okay.
Yeah, if Mandy sneezes, we're done.
it's gonna be a bloody mess. Trust me.
I was gonna say you're just gonna sneeze and your camera just turns blue. And the rest of us are
Yep.
just like, oh, she exploded finally.
Finally.
We knew it was gonna happen someday. Might as well have been captured on stream.
Yep.
Oh,
I still think like especially this like patio area that had the like the shutters, right? Didn't it have like it was enclosed but outdoors in a way. I think we get them all in there. We just light that bitch on fire.
I mean, okay. I'll be honest. I'm confident in my ability to be able to do this and get out. I'm okay with whatever plan anybody makes. So, just
I don't
want
want to carry this anymore. It's boring. I should not go hold this.
Alright, I'll hold it, but if something goes wrong, I will take Shatter Spike out and just see if it blows them away. That's my ultimate backup right now.
Okay. So
I'm like
are
a kid who was walking around in the supermarket and like they grab like a toy or something, and then by the time like their mom's done shopping, I'm like, I don't want this anymore.
I don't after she pays for it, they open the packaging and then she pays for it and then she throws it on the ground.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, so are we just going out the front door then? Like what are we
I guess, and I'm holding the staff, right? Okay. It is at this time I remember there is a hood cape and I put it on and I bind my hair together and I look like I have a white beard.
You know,
I'm having fun
for
with it.
reasons.
You just walk out into the crowd, go, none shall pass, and you stomp the staff down, and a bunch of the twig blights are like, ah, and they like scatter.
Oh,
If you go get the horses,
I could, but
okay,
I'll go with you.
we
Okay.
could hide the
because
rest
you
of the
you
in
find it with
It was
with-
so loud.
But you're not in tune
Jesus.
to it. I'm still in tune to it.
Yeah, so it's like I'm holding it, but I'm not in tune to it. So I feel comfortable.
I don't want to touch it. I'm bored with it still.
Oh, right.
Okay, let's
I
go.
remember. Okay.
Stop.
Okay. So you take the staff, you go outside, you head over to where the draft horses are. The twig blights, as you move closer, immediately just start backing up in repulsed terror.
Okay. Good.
They seem unwilling to get any closer to you at all.
Good.
Cool.
As you make your way over to the stables, you open up doors, and you do see these two draft horses that appear like they might not have had care for a couple days, probably since the whatever the incident was when the druids came in.
Mhm.
However, they've had sufficient feed and water, so they've been being taken care of. It just looks like they're a little ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
They're
Question:
definitely a little spooked. Yes.
are there ravens around?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Yeah, as you step outside and follow the girls, there are two ravens swooping and circling overhead, and another one that is perched on top of the building that you notice.
Should we find the family and tell them that we're like taking their horses?
Well, we have to take the horses to the family?
Well, I would think
Well,
we have to attach the horses to the cart or something.
Right, and
It
we'll
belongs to
pass
that
them
cart.
as we leave, won't we? I mean,
Yeah.
they'll see us.
Were
We're, like,
we
just hiding.
were we supposed to get the wine and bring it though, or were we supposed to just make it okay and they're gonna send it?
So
Oh.
there were two different asks. The first one was from the Blue Water Inn to actually bring wine.
To bring it back. Okay.
Yeah.
The family
our
just
main
wants
task.
you to go in and basically recover the winery if it's at all possible.
Okay. So
Okay,
let's
So that would include getting rid of the blight. Okay.
Yep. Or at least doing enough to secure it so that they could get back in.
right.
But yeah,
Right.
the twig blights that are surrounding the building do need to be dealt with at some point.
Yeah.
Like you could leave and just take the wine and not restore the winery. That is an option.
No.
Might make for an awkward conversation on the way out, but it's doable.
Quick answer.
I mean,
No.
yeah, how are we gonna like look at them face to face, take their horses, their cart, and their wine,
Yeah.
I feel like
and say, "Sucks for you." You know, like I mean, we can't just do that.
Yeah.
I totally forgot
I have
about
a
that.
feeling that they
Okay.
we have to
I-
do something about these blights. We can't just fuck off.
Just break the damn staff.
Fine.
We're doing okay right now.
No, just
No, but, like we have
The
to get
horses aren't like freaking out right now, right?
No,
Gonna
the
get
horses
rid
are
of
a
the
little
tree.
riled. I will say go ahead and make an animal handling check just to see if you can calm them enough to bring them out without putting yourself in danger.
we literally have two options, guys. We break the staff and all the twig blights go away, and oh no, we don't have the crazy staff. Or we have to fight all the fucking twig blights.
Won't hurt us.
Okay, so Eve votes to break the staff because it's evil. She hates it. She doesn't want anything to do with it. It's like exactly opposite side of the druid stuff that she's into. It's evil.
And Jayas is also going to vote to break the staff because she wants those ashes to replace the ones that she lost.
Of this golfist.
I'm all
I
for
forgot
breaking
about
it. It's just right now, like we're doing okay. Like we just gotta get the horses we get out, and then they could possibly break the staff. Because what if we break it now? And I don't remember if they can shriek or not, but if something hears them, it might draw stuff towards us.
We've killed
Fair.
enough of them to know. Do they shriek?
I-
Oh, no, we wouldn't.
can't
I
remember.
think
That's the problem.
if
can't
I
remember.
remember, but wasn't there something, or no, it was when you break the staff, all of them within a certain radius died. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is
What's
correct.
the
Still
radius?
It was like 500 feet?
Let me take a look. Hold on.
So then there is still the possibility of we need to rally them together.
It was far enough that this area would be okay.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's a lot over here.
If the staff is broken or burned to ashes, its wood releases a terrible human scream that can be heard out to a range of 300 feet. All blights that can hear the scream immediately wither and die.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a little convenient that they've all kind of
Would
Yeah,
this
circled
be,
up around the building.
would this be, we're gonna get the mats in here. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Oh yeah, no, we're
For sake of
fine.
Not dealing, yeah, I was gonna say, for sake of not dealing with all the math, if you break the staff, it's going to kill all the twig blades.
Somehow my voice opened Google Maps because I said the mats. So cool. That's a thing that my phone does.
So let's just break the staff before we hook the horses up. That way
Yeah.
the scream happens before we get them out.
I want to
Smart.
crack it.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright,
I don't want to touch it.
Can you just break it, or do we need to like shatter spike it?
You can try whatever you'd like.
I'll leave it up to Amelia. You're the one that binded with it.
And just before they do that, Jayas is gonna like kind of hide behind something in case there's like weird, creepy shrapnel.
I get launched back if I use Shatter.
I want to.
Like, puts
I
out
want
her-
to position myself to launch myself into the wine cart.
I wanna
"Alright,
look-
let's go."
I want to look at the tree blight that wasn't being my friend while I break it.
Okay.
Oh,
Remind me.
right in the eye.
Just like break it in half.
Alright, so you step out onto the dock and lock eyes with that one that just would not be your buddy. And it looks back to you and it has like this seething pitch black behind its eyes. And it kind of bares its claws and it takes a couple steps back from you as you approach it. And you just raise the staff above you and go. And
You say
snap.
you are not Groot.
As you do, you snap it, and this piercing, haunting, echoing scream reverberates from the dying wood, and all of the twig blights just immediately start to wither and die, and are destroyed.
It's sad.
It's
It kind of is like.
sad.
Y'all can be sad. E just like
Don't cry for me,
Like,
Argentina.
They have the reverse of a montage. Oh, I wanted to make a reference, but I really don't want to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't seen the movie yet.
No. It's a nomtage. That's the
Write it
reverse
down
of
so
a
when that moment
montage.
happens.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, Adam.
You probably do. It's a very big blockbuster movie. If anyone hasn't seen it yet,
Are you talking about Grinding Nemo again?
no.
No.
Are you
No.
talking about Infinity War or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. So we could hook the horses up now,
Yeah.
and Jayas is just gonna like already be starting on this wine.
Well,
Okay.
okay. Can I see if the ravens are still there again now?
Yeah, they're still there.
Can I tell them to go get their owners? Because right now I think like they belong to them because they keep like coming to us.
Okay. So you go up and you just lock eye contact with one of the ravens that's sitting on top of the house that kind of looks down at you and it cocks its head. What do you say?
Your home is safe.
Go get the boss man.
Okay. It raises its wings and it flutters off. And the other two follow it up the road a bit. And yeah.
I'm gonna get on my little earring and say, E, do you want to help me with the horses?
Yes.
So good with animals.
Why can't
Oh,
he just
bless.
turn into a horse?
I'm
Well,
saving.
doesn't she have to like see an animal and then she can do
How
it?
she could look
So, I
exactly
mean,
like
you've
a horse.
seen horses before.
Okay.
Before I would have.
I'm
But now you get a
trying
good view.
to save
360.
my wild shape. That's why I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I mean, your animal handling check did not go great, so your attempt to calm them didn't really go over so smoothly.
Yeah.
However, E, if you wanted to go outside and try and
That's why I got her on the
So you want me to
Yeah, you're better with them than I am.
I will say every time I've tried to roll this, I've failed. But hey,
Oh.
we'll do it again.
You're
Wow.
you two have a better check than I do.
If you can't handle it, I can do it.
Oh, so fun.
Glug 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 glug.
Handling.
I'm gonna say, hold on, now I'm really curious what your animal handling is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I told you every
I'm
time.
gonna
I'm
give you
plus
advantage.
3.
I'm
Okay,
gonna give you
got
advantage because you're a druid.
Roll again.
Okay, so that means I do it again.
You just do
Yeah.
it again, yeah.
Much better.
Can I try to be an asshole and like out handle her?
What, are you trying to do like your stealth thing? I'm gonna run past and then I'm gonna do it. And be
If
like,
Janaga's gonna try to like outshine
But-
everyone, I'm gonna try to outshine Janaga.
Just tell me what you're doing.
Yeah,
Just
that's
tell me what you
fine.
want to do.
I'm
Like, tell me
not
how
even
you do
for
it.
competition.
I just want to be like, you know, I'm imagining with like she kind of fumbles a bit first before that advantage kicks in.
You fall down the steps going to.
So I'm just gonna like try to be like suave and like reach over and grab the reins, like one kind of motion.
Yeah, it headbutts you. And...
They rear back and actually kick you.
Wait, if I see Janaga like drunk trying to show off, I'm gonna try to show off who to be better than Janaga.
Okay, I'm not gonna show
Not
up.
Janaga, I mean
Y'all
Jayaz.
are children. Children.
If I see Jayaz doing that, I'm
That's
gonna
what
show
I'm
off.
saying with E, 'cause it's like I'm not here for
So here's what happens. Janaga goes in first. And just kind of approaches with her hands out in front of her, trying to get the horses to chill, but the horses are scared. So Janaga and E are already in there, and Janaga's like, hey, you know, trying to calm them down, it's just not working. As E is about to go and start talking to them, the barn doors like are already open. Jayaz just rounds the corner and just blue steals the horse. Just like
Oh my god.
and saunters in like she's just gonna go up and grab the reins and be like, I got this. Like she's just straight on Zoolander all the way through. She goes to grab the reins and the horse immediately just kind of like rears up a little bit, just like goes back down. To which Jayaz lets out a squeak of and then kind of backs out.
Can I try now? Because
E,
I just want to show off
Go ahead,
against
yeah.
Janice.
I mean, sure, if you want. I mean, he's pretty much got this, but okay.
Janice.
The whole time E already has the reins, but we're just like,
And I'm just like looking at you guys like, what?
Janok, yeah. So Amelia goes up and she's
I'm just
like,
leaning against the wall, like I can't believe.
she's making really good shushing noises. She manages to like start petting the side of the horse and everything. Like it's starting to calm down. Camera pans over to E, who's already sitting on top of the horse, holding the reins. Like, what the fuck are you all doing?
I mean, I've already like woven. I've drew a pattern. Like, what
yeah,
are
like
you
you
doing?
made those braids. They look like a racing horse now. They look beautiful,
And with like 2 clicks of my tongue, I'm like,
there's like a big number hanging on the side.
the horse has already won like 3 fucking Kentucky Derbies.
Well, I was gonna drop an image of a very pretty horse in here. I Google image searched fancy horse. And,
Oh no.
Let's see if I can easily paste in here what I've seen. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Hold on.
Oh no, they're back.
Oh Jesus, it's a YouTube video. That's why.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Side note, before all this is going on, I did try to get some of those Golfus ashes. So like,
Yeah, okay.
I will say
You
that
ran by, when you fell down, you were like, ooh, ashes, and then you scooped them up and then ran again.
yeah.
I will say that when
So it
you
was just
smash,
like all one big movement.
yeah, when you smashed the thing, the 2 pieces were still there.
But they
So,
weren't ashy yet.
Yeah, you just pick up the 2 pieces and you light a small fire outside. Just to be
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is Fancy Horse.
Oh, it's so small. Oh boy. You know what?
What is wrong with you?
okay, I'm having that's nightmare fuel. We can take it over now. I mean, we did it.
It really does.
I saw that and
I'm watching it now on the stream too. Shit.
Oh no.
Mm-mm. I don't think this horse looks anything like that. Look, Charlie disconnected it because it was so bad.
because I forgot I had.
No, by accident.
Oh my god, they had those, Mandy.
I totally
Like in
forgot
the
I had all that
back
stuff.
corner of the stable. She
Oh
sees
my
little
God.
glimpse of it as she like, as the horse reared up, she saw like a little glimpse of it.
Oh, there was a flash of light.
Hiding in the hay and it's just like
There was a brief flash of lightning, and on the back of the horse, Jayaz just sees the creepy doll.
Mm-mm.
No, go away. With like the tiny knife.
Wow, where did you get a tiny knife?
That's new.
That knife wasn't there before.
Oh god, that was
Oh,
good.
so good. Okay,
Mm-mm. No, I don't think it was.
got the horses. They're getting out. They're following me, and I'm assuming they do this a lot, so they know how to like back up to the cart and everything. We get them all hitched up.
Yeah, interestingly enough, there's only one place to saddle a horse on the cart itself because it's not a double wide. However, you can take both horses and one could easily carry 2 of you, no problem.
Yay! Let's take.
So,
2 horses, 4 of us. The maths check out.
yeah.
Oh, can I druid craft each of us a carrot or an apple?
Yeah, I wanted to give it like a piece of food and I didn't know if there was any left.
Sure.
Yay! Okay, so everybody gets whichever. Take your pick, apple or carrot.
So as you,
I don't care.
As you kind of reach down to the ground and use your druidcraft to pull forth these vegetables and fruits, the land of Barovia is a little unforgiving, and they don't look super healthy. They're good, but they're not the vibrant colors that you're used to very easily basically procuring. Because normally when you do this, it's like, oh, you reach down and the vegetables are healthy and they look great and it appears as though they were grown by, the best farmer at the county fair kind of thing. Here they're a little pallid, they're a little lacking in color, but they're still good. Just Barovia definitely has left its touch on it.
And so I frown a little bit, but I offer the food out on my hands so everybody can get one.
Yeah.
I'm guessing everybody wants to feed a horse.
No,
But
I
make
really
sure
don't.
that each horse gets one of each.
Okay, Mom.
Walk out like
So
to the field now and just be
Yeah.
like, well,
Okay.
take him
We're
forever.
ready. So everything's hitched up. The barrels are entangled to the cart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ready
We're
to go.
ready, steady to go.
All right. So as you all are mounting the horses, so who's sitting on the horse that's pulling the wagon?
I want to say E and Amir up there because I'm taking care of Drunky back there. We don't need a hit and run happening with you.
I'm not drunk, I'm just dumb sometimes.
You still had
And then she drinks a little bit more.
Careful.
I was going to say, are we still talking about Jayaz, or is this where real life overlaps?
Little from column A, little from column A.
I'm
That's
drinking
me.
water out of my Ursula cup. Wait for it. There it is. There's a glare. There. There it is.
Not that I would have any experience, but I believe water and vodka look the same on stream.
You know I don't drink vodka.
Yeah, I know. There's only one type of potato alcohol for you, my dear.
Vaki.
And I really want to.
I said the same thing in my head. Am I the only one on the wagon horse?
Yeah, so you're on the wagon horse. I believe that means Janaga, you're sitting on top of the cart in the little seat there.
I hope she doesn't fall off the wagon. I made the joke.
Yeah, you did. So Jayaz and Amelia, are you guys sharing a horse? I think that feels unlikely.
I
Is
don't.
Amelia walking?
I think I'm on the horse and Amelia's walking.
I was gonna say I would think that Janaga would be taking care of Jayaz, who's just kind of splayed across the barrels along the back,
That's
like,
what I mean. Like,
sitting on the barrels
here,
herself.
I'm a lookout, but I'm also looking out for her.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
so-
the breeze
Like,
feels so
glancing back every
nice.
now and then, and you keep changing positions.
Right.
You're hugging the barrel.
We saved the winery.
And I haven't gotten on the horse yet because I'm waiting for the owners, and I'm like, we're probably just gonna steal these horses. You know this, right? Like, why are we just walking out with these horses? The owners aren't here.
We're not stealing them. We're gonna go back to them, tell them we did the thing, and then we're gonna take their horses to their other family.
He's not gonna steal the horses.
Jeez.
So
Okay.
as
We might be meeting them along the way. I don't know.
So as you all begin to pull forward, the horse that is not being ridden is still kind of staying. You manage to get the cart out in front of the house. And as you do, about 6 or 7 ravens all come very quickly, flying into the second story of the winery. They basically swoop in through the loading dock, up through the hole where the pulley was, and
Can
vanish
I climb
from
that
sight.
pulley?
Hmm?
I want to follow them. Can I climb that pulley?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an athletics check.
And while you do that, I was scrolling through the map all the way to the left, and I'm like, is that the outhouse?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I have a room description for the outhouse in case you want to check
Oh
it out.
my god.
So
No.
you go to climb up the pulley, which the group had pulled up a little bit to make it easier to get out. You go to jump for it, and you kind of miss on the first jump. However, you do manage to hear the scrambling of like talons hitting the floor, and then it changes to almost footsteps. And it's not
I knew
long
it.
before out the front of the house, right over here, come Davian and the rest of the family.
Oh, they just. Ooh. Oh.
Wait, they were there?
No, they weren't
They
there.
are.
And then
They
we
are
saw
the
birds
ravens.
fly in, and now there's humans. So,
Ah.
oh
Ravens flew in and people walked out.
my. I'm just gonna point to them and be like, "Here are the birds."
I'm just in my mind like, I knew it. You ravens were too calm.
Well, look, now they know we're not stealing their horses.
I love that you're all having this conversation amongst yourselves, and then they're just kind of standing there like, yeah, pretty much. So Davian is the first one out, and he is cloaked and dressed and comes out, and
Thank God you're dressed.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I think maybe they flew upstairs first.
That is a reason.
So as he comes out, he's kind of like, "Oh, you've done it! You actually managed to recover the winery. That is insane and amazing, and thank you so much.
Thanks
This is
to you, Mr. Bird Dude.
fantastic."
Big
Oh.
bird.
Yes. Well,
You.
now that
Are
I
you
know that
human?
you're all, huh?
Are you human? What are you?
Well, now that I know I can
Animal.
trust you all,
He's a
I
druid.
think it's time we can let you in on our little secret. So our family was actually cursed with lycanthropy not long after Barovia was changed.
Cool.
My family carries this curse and blessing of being a were-raven.
A were-raven?
What?
Yes.
Have I ever heard of something called a were-raven before?
You've heard of
And
werewolf,
like E is like.
and you go ahead and roll a nature check. Everyone involved, go ahead and roll a nature check. I was like, is that a
Hey,
square?
15,
I was thinking
15.
of train stopping. Yeah.
Didn't help my roll at all.
No. So everyone who rolled over a 10, you remember that one of the things that Ilaria taught you,
Oh, you didn't roll
or
yet.
one of the creatures that she told
Sorry.
you about, some of the curses and some of the diseases out in the wild to prepare you for adventuring. One of which is lycanthropy, and while you haven't heard specifically of were-ravens, you do know that lycanthropy as a curse or disease essentially is passed along from previous
Oh, look at you.
previously infected with lycanthropy. It's passed through a cut or bite or scratch or some kind of transfusion, and the curse is passed along through those chains. Most lycanthropy curses originated through some sort of dealing with some kind of dark power, and while the gift may come from dark sources, it's not always necessarily evil. And as Fabian continues to explain kind of the legacy of his family and how they became what they are, you learn that the were-raven curse is bestowed by Mother Night, who is worshipped in Barovia by some small groups that are able to. It is a blessing that is hopefully to protect people from Strahd. It's part of the dark curse that affected this land and over time has kind of made its way through. It is not one family that is cursed by were-ravens, however, they are very tightly knit. And yeah, that's pretty much all you get from that download. So Davian kind of walks you through and explains,
cool.
and also apologizes, but explains that it's not something that we can openly share, and this is our best weapon against Strahd. Is
Can you turn me into one?
he kind of goes, the curse of lycanthropy, if not acquired by birth, can be deadly and lethal. I wouldn't want to put anyone through that, but we try not to pass on the curse if we can.
To being my
So I think that's a no.
Stop talking to you, drunk. Shush.
Not even drunk.
Are there such things as werewolves here?
He nods. Yes, there is.
I will keep that in mind.
The werewolves are not like us. They're more feral. They embrace their monstrous side, and most of them are aligned with Strahd, the ones that are human enough to still do so.
So keep that in mind.
So he thanks you very much for recovering the winery. he asks about the druids and what happened. Tell me how you managed to do this.
Basically, they were all useless, and I killed the druid. So.
Held your
Nothing.
So. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that first came in and was like, "Fuck that bitch! She's ruining the wine." Come on.
And you got caught first too.
Just saying.
Let's be fair. Everyone did something.
Thanks. Thank
Bad
you.
guy. Without any of them even being in the room, so it's fine.
There was more than just one druid, Amelia.
Also, his dead body's probably somewhere around. Oh yeah, his dead body's up there. You probably saw it when you flew in. I don't know what you want me to do with that.
By the way, there's a lot of bodies around your house, so whoops.
That is one thing we didn't dispose of.
Not our business.
Davian kind of smiles and he explains, "Don't worry, we have ways of taking care of those."
They're gonna eat them. Both of us at the same time. We're gonna eat them.
Like we just looked at each other.
We're gonna eat them.
About the stones.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but we didn't get any information from them about them.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he kind of thinks to himself for a moment. If the druids were here and they were the ones that the last and final stone, odds are good that they made their way to Yesterhill. Yesterhill is just down the road from here, probably a few hours journey with the horses. Druids have been communing there and trying to. There's been dark magics happening over there. The skies have grown black and something unnatural is happening. And I have a good feeling they probably stole the gem in order to complete some sort of ritual.
Sounds like you got a lot to handle. I'm sure you can find good people to do that, but we need to get back to Arena.
Oh yeah. Rip.
Oh, Arena's a big girl. She can handle herself.
Oh my god.
Davian kind of he announces, we've asked way too much of you already. This is beyond what we should have placed a burden on you. Please, I have a small token that I would like to give you. And he reaches into his pocket and he procures forth 4 rings. And he explains each of these rings has magic power locked within them. And he goes over showing them one by one. This one is a ring of protection.
Oh.
Through sheer luck or force, we're not sure, but it will keep you safe in combat. Out of game, that provides you with +1 to your AC. He points to these 2, which have a raven feather encrusted along the band. And he explains that these are rings of feather falling. These will protect you when falling from great heights or jumping from high up. You will descend slowly as if as if you were floating. And then the last one he points to says this is probably one of the most valuable finds from our flock. This is a ring of X-ray vision. This will allow you to see through stone, through walls, for a limited time. It only works for about a minute before it needs to recharge, but it can be useful for finding your way into places that maybe you shouldn't be. And he procures the rings for you and just shows you and allows you to take them.
What was the first one again?
First one was a ring of protection.
So that was
+1 to your armor class.
armor.
Okay.
So out of the 4 rings, I think one of the rogues should do the X-ray vision.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
And then I think AC probably E.
I don't need that.
You don't need it.
Because I have a really high armor class.
Then maybe one of the rogues I think would be the squishiest.
But you die all the time.
Yeah, you're the one that dies all the
I
time.
was gonna say
That's not my AC's fault. That's just my fault. I'm getting better. I would like one of the
It wouldn't
feathery
be
ones.
the worst thing for me to have +1 for an AC.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the worst. Because then I would be like almost impossible to hit. And I'm
Yeah.
the only caster.
Yeah. Pretty much,
Plus, I'm the one
Jayas
who
is
can
hearing
really
the feather
fly.
falling, like how he describes it, and she already is thinking of like the cool shit she could do with that. So like she's
Just thinking of the practical
Okay.
shit you can do with it.
no cool shit. She's like, I'm gonna pull off some like grade A circus performing acrobatic moves with this, because that's really all she's good for.
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it, that would be better for JL.
She might
Plus,
need
Cirque
this.
du Soleil.
It's true. She's not hiding it.
So, I guess if it's okay with everybody, well, Janaga, what's your armor class?
That would be. Hang on.
I think I have the highest
I want
armor
to say
class.
14 or 15. One of those. It's
Uh,
14.
Am I the squishiest? God damn.
14,
You, that's
14, 15, and 15. So Amelia and Jayaz have a class of 14.
Oh,
and
did we not update my sheet then? Because I still have 13.
I've moved over to using D&D Beyond. Control 20 system is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can
So-
update your stuff.
I'll just boop. Hey.
I could take the Featherfall ring by default. If somebody else wants the Ring of Protection, otherwise I would rather have the Ring of Protection. But if it's totally up to you guys. Oh no.
I have already taken the X-ray vision one. It's already on my finger.
Oh, okay.
It's already there.
So if Amelia or Jayaz want
Nah.
that Ring of Protection. Oh, that's right.
I already want the
Jayaz
feather falling.
needs the feather falling.
I need the feather falling.
Yeah, so I'll let Amelia pick whichever one she wants, the other Featherfall or the Protection one.
Which one do you want?
I would rather have the Ring of Protection because I get hit a lot.
The Ring of
She's
Protection.
also your healer, so that could be a good thing. for her
That's,
to have.
yeah. I like the idea of
But I
her
didn't
being
wanna be
like,
selfish because I already have a high armor class.
have a higher armor class.
You are the
See,
like.
When in my campaigns, when I am a player, I always use like a protect the president strategy with the healer. It's like anyone else can die, but the healer needs to stay alive because they're the ones who fix it.
Okay.
Protect the president.
Except in our current situation. But
I was
hey,
gonna say not
politics
to be
aside,
confused with politics nowadays, but
The same ring as Jazz.
Where-
you two need to bond over something eventually.
Where I'm gonna put the ring on and I'm just gonna look at Amelia and be like, twins!
No.
I just imagine Chaos going like Wonder Twin powers and goes to like.
Paint it a different color. That's all. I'm just gonna paint it gold or something.
Jayas
Not
is
the same.
every time from now on, every time Amelia tries like painting that ring a different color, Jayas is gonna do the same. Just a
Damn it. Do I have anything that she doesn't have? Like, I don't know.
It's just meant to be. You're meant to be best friends, and you're fighting.
y'all are going to be the best of friends at the end of all of this.
Yeah. Now,
For
do
the
you
day
keep in
we're
mind
actually like friends about something.
the 4 different rings that you guys just got to require attunement? So when you make your journey, the effects will start to settle in. So, Jayaz, don't get the idea of like jumping off. The top
Don't
of
tell
it.
me that now. You just let it happen.
Oh boy. Well.
Sometimes I tell you not to do things for the reverse psychology.
I know.
I don't think I'm using X-ray anytime soon, so that'll happen quick.
Hey,
I
it's in
mean-
my items now. Thanks,
Yeah.
D&D Beyond. You're
Yeah.
so helpful.
D&D Beyond, where you can do all your D&D.
Yeah, at some
X-ray
point.
vision ring looks so cool. I want to make it like a little eye patch.
Oh.
Oh god, you and your eye.
Well, it'll match me.
Yeah. So, remind me one more time who's taking what, because I will add it to your character sheets. Jayaz, you're taking the
Protection.
feather falling ring.
Yes. Oh, I actually really like how that looks.
Okay, and then Amelia, you're also taking the feather falling.
Yeah, but I already added it to my D&D Beyond.
I didn't add it
Okay,
to
cool.
D&D Beyond. I just added it to here.
E, you have the armor class ring, which is
Yes.
ring of protection.
I like how all of these look. God damn.
And then
Well, how are you guys seeing pictures of them?
Oh, the links. Links.
I posted
Oh.
links in the chat and the Twitch chat for anyone who wants to check them out.
Yours looks like a pretty shield.
Alright,
Oh,
and
cool.
you all have them in your inventory now. So if you want to wear them, make sure to go to your inventory and click on use. That will set them to a 2. And you guys need to go there.
Inventory. Use. Yay!
I don't have D&D Beyond opened.
That's okay, I can get you.
Thanks.
Shoot, man, I have to have it open. I have so many spells.
Well, that's I just have the Roll20 stuff, and I let my tablet die because usually I'd be like, ticka, 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 but it's not.
Background? Because it's like super cute now. I like my rogue one.
Alright, so you all finish your business, and Davian again thanks you immensely, and he says, you know, we'll keep an eye on the druid situation down at Yester Hill, and if we need help, we'll send back to the family. With that, do you all begin to set off back towards Valaki?
I think so. I don't think there's
Yes.
anything else we need it here.
Okay.
Yes.
Use their horses.
Oh, well, at this point, we'll, I guess, ask them, like, is it okay if we...
Oh, please, yes.
Yeah.
That was not even a concern. We
Okay.
can get someone to bring the horses back. With the ability to fly back and forth, it's easy for one of us to go pick up the horses and bring them back.
Must be nice.
It has its perks.
Are you the allies then?
He kind of gives you a wink and says, we'd be the ones to, yes. And we'll make sure to send someone to watch over you on your trip back.
We got bird friends.
Bird friends!
They're not
My
actually-
Oh, Davian gives you one more thing. He, as you're all getting ready to leave, he takes. Let's see. Okay. He grabs Jayaz.
Yes.
Was a random one before.
Yes.
He kind of grabs you by the shoulder as everyone's getting ready to go. Everyone's starting to mount up on the horses and get everything ready. He grabs you and hands you this talisman and says, when you find Strahd, if you find Strahd, if you run into Strahd, hold this, squeeze it tight. It'll let us know where you are.
Okay. And she's going to immediately, like, she understands the severity, even though she's like a dope. She's gonna just nod in agreement and immediately put it in the inner left breast pocket, specifically of her whole setup thing. Vest, I guess, is what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Inner left. Inner left.
Inner left.
Inner left.
Like under the boob?
Yeah, it's like inside. TLDR, it's a secret hidden pocket that she keeps the special things in. Specifically.
All right. With that, you all mount up on the horse or in the cart, and you begin your trek back. And as you look ahead, sure enough, there are 4 circling ravens following you to make sure everything stays okay. With that, we're going to go to our first break. And also, congratulations to the party. You are now level 6. Completing the Wizards of Wine arc.
What? Confetti!
Burr, burr, burr.
Pew, pew, pew.
My level.
Poofs in the chat. Poofs. Poofs.
Poof.
Poofs. Poofs.
Who's
I
in
can't
the
open
chat?
Twitch because my internet sucks, but poof.
And we are.
Poofs.
Hold on.
So it is currently 5:51. I want to say 6:05.
Guys, I have
So,
45
that's good.
hit points.
Woo! Whoa! Opposite.
God.
The notification sounds, by the way, are so loud in my headphones because I have everything amped up. So I know you guys aren't hearing, like, the moment they go off. But that's why when we got the resub, I was like, because it was, I was very shooketh. Thank you for the 100 bits, Tiger Mom.
Yeah.
So
Yay!
So 6:05, be back here. We're gonna get some snacks and level up.
Sounds good.
Boop, 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 boop. we're back, hopefully, in action. We're sorry we took a little bit longer because we just leveled up, so it took a minute. So here we are, doing the thing.
Lighten my face up real pretty. Okay.
Dope. Okay, cool. Got everything set up now.
Okay. So, you all travel back, and we don't need a map for this right now, so we're going to switch back to the title screen for a bit while we RP.
Yeah.
So, you are all headed back to Valaki, right? With
Yes.
your wine in tow? Okay.
Yes.
So, as you all return, you have very uneventful travel. Ravens ahead continue to scout and make sure things are safe. As you arrive in Valaki, it appears that the town is primed for the festival of the blazing sun. Town criers are marching throughout the village, calling out that the festival is tomorrow to begin at morning. All are required to be in attendance. You know, kind of running around talking about the festival that will be tomorrow. You all return to the Blue Water Inn, where you run into.
Excuse me.
Terrible. Not do this well. It did not prepare.
Wow.
Not them, not them, not them, not them. Danica Markov. There we go. Martikov. Danica is behind the bar. And as you all walk in, you've parked the crate and the carriage and barrels behind the inn to the loading dock behind the kitchen, where you knock on the door and Danica comes out and goes, "Oh, you've made it, and you've brought wine."
Yes.
Are you a bird too?
Huh?
Are you a bird too?
She kind of looks
She's
side
not.
to side
She's
to
an
make sure.
in-law.
She kind of looks around and looks to her left, looks to her right, and she goes, "I'm not, but clearly you've met the Keepers of the Feather then."
Keepers
Oh,
of the
that's such a
feather.
Keepers of the feather.
Yes, I like it.
And
That's
she
awesome.
she pulls you inside quickly, and she whispers, I am not. However, my sons and my husband are. They received the gift
Oh,
for birth."
sorry. I meant to hit
We
the wrong
know,
thing.
Mandy.
I was trying to edit it.
That's that Sylvan Learning Center.
Uh-huh.
That's what that is.
There's Sylvan Learning. I moved my mic closer to my face, too, to see if that makes it feel any better.
Yeah, I bumped it up too on my end, so.
Alright, cool. So, Danica pulls you in, tells you a little bit about, so you've met. You must have uncovered our secret then.
I mean, it wasn't that hard to put together, and then, like, they basically showed it to us, so it was...
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, we're glad to have you as
Your
allies.
wine.
Oh,
Your
yes,
wine's
and she immediately turns her attention and starts thanking you for getting everything together and bringing it all in. I must let Erwin know; he'll be very excited. And she goes off to go tell Erwin while you all are led in front of the tap room.
Our... Arena there?
You look around the room, and Irina and Isaac Ismark do not appear to be present at this time. It is later in the evening. The adventure through the winery has definitely taken a long day out of you.
Mm-hmm. Like, maybe we need to take a rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed then. Amelia's like, whatever, I'm going to bed. Bye. We're done.
Same sleeping situations, I guess.
Yeah, you all still have the rooms rented, and they are ready and waiting for you.
Okay.
Do you want me to tuck you in? She says to Jayaz.
Yes.
Because I know you had a little bit of a fright today.
It's, yeah.
Okay.
That and everything again.
I have a little bit of a fright every day. To be fair.
I mean, E is just so happy to have somebody to kind of take care of.
No.
So anyway, they go up to bed. E tucks her in.
Another montage as she does the whole like room sweep again.
Checks under all the beds.
Yep.
Tucks her in.
Perfect. Perfect. Ugh, I can't get comfy. Having difficulty.
Not in the
I
room
know
either.
the feeling.
There you go. So yeah, Jayas is just gonna go to bed at this point. She drank a lot of the wine on the way back.
So she's ready to sleep.
She's just ready. She worked hard today.
He's like, I'm out.
Yep, peace out. Now I'm too high.
Okay.
What are you doing? Please stop.
So you all retire for the evening. And is there anything you want to do before you go to bed, or no? We're just ready to crash.
I think we're ready to crash.
Yeah, just
Okay. So the night passes, very uneventful. Morning comes, and what would you all like to do? Today is the day of the festival.
I mean, I think we kind of have to go to the festival, don't we?
Pretty up for
Otherwise, we'll get put in stocks.
wake up early, and I'm going to wash my face, to brush my hair, and I'm gonna put on like lip balm, like lip stain or something back then, like crushed up berries or something. That's the color.
They've got
rose
cosmetics.
petals crushed up and all. Yeah.
I want to imagine
Yeah,
though that
something
she's
kind of-
crushing them up, and we're like, there's cosmetics.
I'm rich. Don't you remember that? I have my rich.
Yeah, in D&D, nobility and people with money definitely have access to actual makeup
Cosmetics.
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Amelia's kind of vain about it too. Like she likes looking nice. So especially since it's like an actual festival and she hasn't like been to one in forever, she's gonna look pretty. Like she's making herself look pretty.
I think you also have that ivory brush too, so I just kind of imagine you like using.
I do, Adam. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Funny, you should
Very
mention
cool.
it, because I do. So as Jayas is gonna watch Amelia then getting ready, and
Not in my room.
oh, well, no, I thought didn't we have a?
Doorway.
I thought we had one room with like 4 beds in it, didn't we?
You do, but
She
Amelia
doesn't
has
want
her
to
own
stay
room.
with her.
Oh.
Yeah,
Amelia
she has
has
her
a
room
room
with.
Well, fine. I'm not
Right.
watching her get ready, but I'm gonna get ready too. But all I have is my disguise kit, so
Oh,
I
no.
am
When you all wake up, Irina and Ismark are still not there.
okay. It's whatever. But I'm gonna use
No.
what I have in my disguise kit to like just try to make myself look better.
I'm gonna shine up my new ring I got, so it's gonna be nice and sparkly. A lot more sparkly than someone else's who looks just like mine.
This thing
Ian's
is
gonna go look for Irina and Ismark while they get ready.
Okay.
Come out, and I'm gonna see E doing that, and then I'll go with E.
So you go out, and it's probably like 9 a.m. at this point, and the festival is beginning within the hour. People are pouring out from their homes and lining the streets, and kind of all building to the town square. Where do you start your search?
The Burger Masters, right?
They've been attending the burgomaster's house and kind of dealing with the politics of Barovia.
Okay, that sounds smart. Yeah, we can go ask him.
Okay, so you
Do I
arrive
look
at the.
pretty?
You look.
How do I look?
beautiful. You tell me how you look.
You look. Oh no, she said E.
Oh, E.
Yeah, E, do I
Sorry.
look pretty?
You look beautiful.
Thank you. That's
We've
all.
been on the road so much. I know you haven't had a chance to gussy up, but you do. You look beautiful.
It's so much fun.
I was gonna say,
Are
we
you
have fun
excited?
stuff in town if you want to like get some things.
Festival? We should get dresses for the festival.
Yeah.
festival dresses.
What musical is that? The festival.
Oh.
Is it? Oh, I can't remember. Is it Into the Woods?
I want to say
Hey.
it might be.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I
Every time we say
I tried to
festival,
Google it, did not go well.
In my head, but but I can't remember which one it was. Okay, anyway, sorry. Going on.
Okay, so you head over to the burgomaster's house. You knock on the door, and a butler appears, and he's like, oh, the master's not in at the moment. He's preparing for the festival. They should all be at the town square or be getting ready. It should begin shortly. You'd probably be best to find them there.
Do you have any idea where? Have you seen Irina or Ismark recently at all?
Yes, they've been staying with us, actually helping us look into a matter. The details that her and our master were speaking about for Barovia have been settled. However, 2 of our staff have gone missing during their time with us, and they were helping us look for them. But I believe they're with the burgomaster today for the festival. They had stayed here the past couple days while they were investigating to help keep everyone safe.
None of us are there, right? It's just her.
It's just E, yeah.
Oh, and I
It's
thought
Emmy.
Amelia.
Oh,
was
okay.
with me.
And Amelia too? Okay.
So I'm gonna be like, Butler dude, where's the best dresses in town?
He thinks for a moment. Well, the lady of the house has her sewing that comes together every once in a while. However, there's a couple shops in town. They might not be open right now, but you may be able to catch them before the festival begins. And he gives you the name of a seamstress in town. It is not a shop front. It is just a woman who peddles her wares basically on the side of the road with a gallery of, sewn dresses and stuff.
Do you want to go there? We can go there before we go see the burgomaster.
Can
Sure.
we?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you all head over, and sure enough, it's about, the streets are starting to fill now, and what is her name gonna be? A random name generator.
Gucci.
Gucci! Yes!
Actually, I like this. Her name is gonna be Serenity Hobbs.
Oh, that sounds so sweet.
Bless. So you come upon this outdoor. It's an outdoor booth that's made of wood and is set with various cloths that are laid out, such as linens, a few dresses, men's shirts and tunics, all sorts of different wares. The colors, not super bright, kind of keeping in theme with most of the things in Barovia. Everything kind of has a muted tone to it. But there are some traditionally lighter colors that have not been seen around Barovia. Some purples, some reds, some pinks, and then some other fall colors, yellows and oranges.
Do they have like a dark burgundy?
There's one that's almost the color of like a dark red wine.
Perfect.
Now, I'm sorry. Before they went, though, we had all mentioned dresses, right? And then they went to see the burgomaster.
Wait, I don't even think we saw each other yet. I mean, me and he just left.
Okay.
I came out of the room
We
and
could all meet up at the dress place because
where's the
what's her
dresses
name?
at?
Danica could have told you about the dress place.
Okay.
Yeah, or you guys could have stopped on the way back.
Or use the earrings, you know.
Or the earrings. There's options. So.
Because I also want to get a dress.
Because I don't know where my book is with all our money total. So.
That's okay.
Infinite money.
Yeah. So Amelia, you talk to Serenity, and she goes, "Oh, yes, this one is a lovely color. It's one of my favorites. We actually managed to get the color from crushed cranberries that we were able to salvage. It's a beautiful, beautiful dark rich red. I would part with it for. Does 2 gold sound fair?
Sounds pretty. Well, I don't know. Maybe
Shawl ribbon
one?
thing. No, I already bought it. I already gave the 2 gold.
Okay, done and done. She's thank you so much. And she takes the 2 gold pieces and places them in a pouch. And she gets the dress and she goes, "Would you like me to get a box for you?"
No, it's okay. And I step like behind her cart or like behind like the thing, and I like try to change into the dress behind it.
Okay.
It's like a quick change, like a magic
Yep.
trick.
ahead and make a sleight of hand check, just because.
Quick change.
Sleight of hand check.
This is your add-on.
Oh no!
Hold on, a 1 plus 9, so 10.
Natural one's a natural one.
Yeah.
Do not ruin my dress, Adam. Adam, I just paid 2 gold for this dress.
Ruin it! Do it!
You go behind the
Public
cart.
humiliation versus ruining of the garment.
So you go behind the cart, and there is a decent corner where you can kind of like manage to squeeze into, but you're trying to put the dress on over top of your clothes and then shuffle the clothes out from underneath of it. It takes a little bit of doing, and you kind of lean against the wall a couple times.
Off. I feel like Amelia would be that type of person that would just take the clothes off and throw the dress on, not try to like.
Not rolling a nat 1, would she?
So yeah, you strip down to your small clothes, and you are just putting this dress on, and you think that you are out of hindsight, like you think you're out of the way, but there is definitely like a side alley that you were not anticipating, and people are just looking straight down the hallway.
The Harley Quinn thing from Suicide Squad.
There's a couple soldiers who are kind of keeping an eye on the parade today, and they are just mouths agape, super into it, and you turn and catch their eyes.
Like, hey, buy me a drink later for that. Thanks.
They immediately turn around and just like very you can't see their faces since they turned back around, but you just imagine they were probably like beet red.
The same color as her dress.
Yeah. Nice.
Very matchy right now.
Almost
Nice.
Nice.
Spin around.
Oh, that looks so good. It matches your lip color perfectly.
Thank you.
Hair, it looks so nice. He's just so happy that she's talking to her.
Amelia likes parties, guys, in case you haven't noticed this, which has never had a chance to actually party.
He doesn't
dressed
know
up and stuff.
He just thinks that Amelia's finally like opening up to her.
What about you, E? Are you gonna get all dressed up for the party, for the festival?
I don't know. I haven't been in a
it'll be
noble
fun.
world
Please.
ever.
E.
If they have something simple, I might.
Simple is actually kind of the name of the game for Bastion and Barovia. So what's happening here is
Is there like a sheath dress? Do you know what a sheath dress is?
Just like a potato sack.
Well, no, it's not necessarily
No.
a potato sack. It's like if you're a model, and like, could you imagine like just a long silk gown that just fits her just like perfectly? Because that's kind of Eve's figure anyway. She's
Talking about yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem at all.
So
They
just like a
managed to find something
basic
that's
silk
a good fit.
gown. Yeah.
I like that.
But could it have like an open back? Like a pretty low open back?
Yeah, it has a pretty low plunging back. Probably about to like a little lower than mid.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I'm having so much fun with this. Like, can we just dress shop all the time and
Be like, forget fighting. We're gonna buy dresses.
Because they're fantasy dresses, though. You can make them do whatever you want.
So
D&D can do whatever you want it to be.
So as they're doing, as they're at the dress shop, I'm assuming me and Janaga at this point have found the dressmaker, not shop, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're at. So I'm gonna see them and their stuff, I guess, because they're still there. Are they still there?
Well, I don't think E's gonna get changed like I did. I think she's gonna go back to their hotel.
So I guess we'll just bump into them and be like, you guys heard about this place too? Danica told us it's all the rage.
You might be a little underwhelmed.
Oh.
But I mean, it's fun. It's
What are the prices like? Is it...
Too high. Try to haggle.
Not trying to haggle.
You realize I tried to pay 3 gold for ice cream, right?
Maybe I should
try to make our own dresses. Like a fabric shop or something.
So Jayas is looking for something.
Clearance aisle.
Jayas.
I'm gonna like act all prim and proper and be like, look, like that coy lady at your like mom's house.
I'm gonna see Amelia in her whole thing and be like, I think it compliments you very well, Amelia.
Aww. Give her a weird look and like turn away.
I'm far away, but I hear it and I'm like, oh, she paid a compliment.
I'm always nice to her. She's just a bitch to
My
me.
guy.
Except, you know, when you shoot her with arrows and stuff.
Yeah,
Close.
Yeah.
she pushed me into like fire or something once and punched me. I mean,
But then I did save you from spikes, so
that was a
All of
moment.
this being said out loud.
Probably.
probably.
Well, my John earring and say code blue. Get out of there now.
So anyway,
Blue.
Jayas is looking specifically for something gold.
Because your hair's red.
So like, cause it's the Fire Sun, Blazing Fire Sun Festival.
They don't have anything that's necessarily gold. However, they do have kind of like a marigold daffodil kind of color.
Okay, she could work with that. What kind of shape though? Cause she's like real tall and lanky. She's just limbs, awkward limbs.
Hasn't quite grown into everything yet.
Mm-mm.
As someone who has very little background in dressmaking, I'm going to leave it to your imagination of what you would like it to look like, and then I will tell you whether or not Barovia is.
Okay, so this dress is like marigold. I think it's like high collar, but it has like that shape, like the shoulders and arms are out because she's still like, you know, if shit goes down, she needs to be able to move. But it's got like the high collar and comes down, and then it's gonna be like princess empire waisted, which means it's like cinched under the bust, and then the rest of it is like a light chiffon type breezy kind of fabric. So it's like fitted up here.
All of these dresses.
It's like fitted up here, but then just like flowing
Red that it kind of billows out.
fabric, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty doable. Instead of like it's not a ruffle at the bottom, right?
No, it's
straight.
think of it like a Grecian goddess, like how it's just like the flowing fabric. Like there's no strap. Yep, that's something happened. It's just from the bust down. It just okay, because she just wants to feel like a goddess and like
yeah. The cinch under the bust is not super elegant, but it is functional. It looks nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it has that.
That's the one she wants. I'll take this one.
Oh, yes, this one. I mean, all of my dresses are pretty standard fare. Let's 2 gold.
And she's gonna shoot a look at E.
Fine, that's fine. This woman has been ripping us off all day. That's fine.
Yeah.
Nice dresses. Stop E.
2 gold it is. And she's gonna put them on down.
Okay.
That's my ice cream money.
A gold headband I can get.
Accessories.
Why do you want gold?
Not because of you.
Mm.
I'm just thinking gold will go good. That's all.
Ooh.
She doesn't have much in the way of accessories, and judging from the sound of the crowd, you gather that the parade will be starting soon.
Maybe Danica has something I can use.
Yeah, you guys are about 30 minutes out from the festival starting in the town square.
So
you want to go
he's
back?
just gonna go back and change.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back with you.
I'm gonna just change in the shop or the lady's house, whatever.
I secretly found something, so I'm already like back there.
Okay. So you ask if you can step inside her home for a moment. She's, oh yes, of course, and she opens the door for you and go and you get changed. Come back out.
And then I guess we're gonna tra-la-la to the festival.
Sounds good. Let's go to the festival.
Okay.
Go to the festival.
However that song goes.
I posted my dress in our Discord if you want to see it.
I saw it. It's very,
It's very pretty.
Dress now. I need to find one now, guys. I'm like looking all.
Be like, hold on, we need to find our dresses.
All right, so you all return back, get changed, and meet out in the town square. And as you do, it is kind of a dark, gloomy kind of day in Barovia, as it traditionally is. And most people who are lined along the streets are wearing probably what is their finest wear. However, for many of them, it's just a drab set of dark grays or blacks. For the
How
men,
do
they're
we
wearing very
look
basic
now?
pants. You all stand out like a sore thumb. Like you all look fabulous in comparison.
Obviously.
I'm down with that.
As
Especially Amelia in her red trim dress.
So as you all make your way back out, you all to the town square, and under threatening skies, a parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers trudge through the muddy
Aw.
streets,
Hi,
leading the
how
way.
are you?
Leading the way for a group of sorry-looking men and women carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The burgomaster and his smiling wife, who holds a sad but respectable bouquet of wilting flowers, follow the procession on horseback, as do Ismark and Irina, guests of the festival. Weary spectators watch from the streets and from the stoops of their homes, and the ball is borne into the center of the town square. From there, it is hoisted and hung from a 15-foot high wooden scaffold, and townsfolk are taking turns walking up and splashing it with oil or other accelerants or gasoline or something of fire. And then, right before the wicker sun can be set ablaze, the sky tears open and a sudden downpour just begins to fall into the town square. You all manage to find some cover underneath of an awning that everyone's trying to now squeeze together and huddle, aside from the people that are just stuck for it, and it makes no difference to them whether or not they're wet or dry. They're just getting drenched.
Woof.
All will be well, cries the burgomaster as he brandishes a sputtering torch and he marches defiantly through the rain with it out before him towards the wicker ball. As he approaches the sphere, the torch is fighting its best to stay lit, and he manages to thrust it towards the center of the wicker sun, and it goes out immediately before it touches the ball. Just and goes out. The crowd is completely silent except for one singular laugh which erupts from the crowd, immediately drawing the burgomaster's fiery gaze as well as gasps from the townsfolk around you.
Oh no.
Everyone roll a perception check.
No? Woo!
1, so
Oh,
19.
I'm sorry. I didn't have my thing up. Just a second.
That's okay.
Let's see what I perceived today. Apparently nothing because there we go.
Okay. So you all immediately follow the gaze and listen to where the giggles came from, and you see a guard who immediately is like hand over his mouth, eyes wide, and the people are like the guardsmen around him have all taken a safety step way back away from him. You hear one of them under the breath, Lars, what the fuck are you doing?
Trouble.
They are just aghast. Their faces are just pallid, and all the color is drained from them. The burgomaster immediately charges across the crowd, who just part in front of him in anger. And he points at Lars and goes, "You! How dare you? This is your fault. Your lack of joy has caused this rain, this weather. Strahd's probably at our gates right now. I want this man arrested for spite immediately." And as he says that, some of the fellow townsguard immediately come up and just grab him by the arms and the shoulders and just lock him in place and start shuffling him away from the crowd.
What?
Good for them.
How hard is it raining?
It's coming down pretty hard right now.
Your lack of joy.
Could you shoot a quick fireball and see if it works?
That's what I was wondering, but I don't know if it would probably just put it out. It's raining so hard. I don't know if there really can be a point.
So magical fire is not necessarily the same as a torch fire. You are welcome to use that.
Okay, I can totally conjure a fireball.
Amelia
Do
would be
it.
like, come on, E, it's a festival. Come on.
Even
Nudging you like, come on.
I was gonna say, even if it doesn't light the wicker on fire, can't you hover the fireball like to look?
Yeah, I can like put it right there.
There.
Like, we will be in
So,
so much
yeah.
good favor with them.
I imagine we're like
Probably.
we all have like our heads together and we're like, do it.
I'm just
Okay,
waiting.
but I don't want it to be obvious that it's me. So with as little movement as I can possibly
You
muster,
want a
I'm gonna do
distraction?
this. No, I
Fucking
think I
man.
can do it without moving too much.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, where is my
Jaya's
Yeah.
down for
fire
distraction.
Could distract. I also thought there was like a concealment, or is that like another spell you have to take to conceal?
I have that in like nature terrain. Like I have to be like in the wilderness, which is fine. I mean, I'm like off to the side. It's not like people are going to be looking at me.
Right.
Yeah.
So hold on, just one second. I'm just
A
trying to
very
find.
important
I have to
It's okay.
filter through a lot of spells.
Yeah, I was
There
gonna say
it is,
I'm looking
flaming
through.
sphere.
Yeah.
And it's 2d6, 50 foot and by 5 foot area.
Okay.
So
Go
its
ahead and make
duration.
a sleight of hand check to try and cast it without being noticed.
Oh gosh.
6.
Oh,
No.
So
Jaya,
as you
puzzle distraction now.
Do to help them.
Yeah, is this where we could do the distraction thing? To
if
out
you're gonna
to
do something, you gotta act quick.
um
I have an idea, because remember I said I'd already picked out my stuff and I quickly went to change?
uh-huh.
I bought something else. It's hidden underneath my dress. And I just quickly run out to the crowd and I'm like, Jayaz, I want to do battle with you. And I throw off my dress and there's a beautiful pirate jacket in a bright sparkly blue. And I pull out a nice little hat and I put it on, pull out my rapier, and I pointed at you and I said, what say ye? I'm just like winking at you like, come on.
Jayas will, kind of tousle her hair in the moment, and she's gonna
bright yellow gown.
in the bright yellow gown. It's now soaked, and she's gonna sashay up, and she'll pull out shorties, and she'll be like, "I don't think you can handle all this." Wink.
It's also
Okay.
a dance.
As
I would love that.
goes on.
Or-
So-
if we could like turn like the little like fake fight into a dance.
I was gonna say, and
Can we do that?
As you do this, you both step out into the crowd, draw weapons on each other. The guards immediately are like circling, like, no, this is not that kind of festival. You need to stop immediately. Using the commotion and the distraction, he mutters the incantation, pulls the material, manages to produce this flaming sphere that takes root in the center of the wicker ball, and it just immediately bursts into flame. So there's the outer flames of the wicker itself, and then the heart of the star, as though it's appearing there in the center. And the crowd immediately gasps. And, it's a sign. What does it mean? And just automatically like start going into prayers under their breath. A few of
Start
the people
clapping, like,
around
yeah.
look and go, you're our savior. Who sent you? And just start clapping and just start like touching your shoulder.
No,
But
I'm
it's only the
still
people
holding my
around
sword,
you.
just like, God damn it.
okay, and so E like she has to concentrate for this spell, so she's just focused more than anything on what she's doing, more so than the people like touching her as if she's like special.
Right.
So that's what she's doing right now.
And while we're being like surrounded by the guards, I'm just gonna look for the one that seems like to be the one in charge, like the officer, and then be like whispered, like, "Oh no, we were hired as entertainment. Like this is."
Yeah. I think entertained for the festival.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
I mean, it's Jazz. She can do it. Come on.
You're good at this.
Luck!
Your number to beat.
Luck! Luck point! Luck point!
Go ahead. You gotta beat an 18, buddy.
You said that was deception, right?
Yep. I'll say, Janaga, you also can help
Okay.
make the roll as well.
Started the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'll take that 18.
Thank God.
So,
I mean, it should have been probably like persuasion or
Help them out. I mean, I guess-
athletics or investigation.
so Jayaz,
with
you
my
immediately,
dagger.
like, kind of, you drop your hands to your side and kind of like tuck your shorties into the thing. It's like, no. We were hired to do this. And Janaga, seeing this, rushes over and also sheathes her sword. Going, is there a problem? We were. What's going on?
You're hired as the entertainment.
And
Do you not want us to continue? I think you'd have to take this up with the Burgermaster.
as you're having this conversation, you all look over, and the Burgermaster is turned back towards the big flaming spheres. Goes, all will be well. We are smiled upon this day. Standing in the middle of the rain with the sun, like fire is still there. He's just being downpoured on, trying to get control of the situation again. And he starts to return to your homes, make praise, and he's like trying to get everyone out of the town square. Meanwhile, you see Lars being taken away with his hands completely bound.
What a dance!
No.
As everyone begins to disperse, the guards just go, I think the raid put a change on today's plans. Please see the Burgermaster to get your payment later. We'll pretend this never happened. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Yeah,
And they all
no,
begin to
sorry,
disperse.
no, and we'll like.
Not the real important question here. What did Arena look like? Like, how was she dressed? Was she
So-
super hot? Like,
Irina and Ismark appear to be in borrowed clothes. So Ismark is wearing stuff that looks
Micah!
rather formal, uncomfortable, a little stuffy. It's got like
Care about
weird
him.
poofy shoulders, like
Mike!
whatever.
Just put her in a
Irina-
milk corset.
Puppy!
Irina is wearing some kind of very fanciful dress with almost like one of those
Micah!
weird collars behind it. Dressed kind of like how a duchess sitting on, informal setting might be dressed.
Puppy!
She does have a bodice on.
Where you at?
The dress
any
itself.
boost?
Come here!
Does it boost anything?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There we go.
It looks incredibly uncomfortable. And make an insight check, Amelia, since you were the one looking.
okay, so insight is +1. So
You can tell from the expression on her face, like she's trying real hard not to breathe. Clearly not her size, and she's not comfortable.
Oh, poor thing.
can I walk up to her and like? I take it it's like cinched in the back. Can I take my knife and like kind of
Could
cut
you
a little bit
untie
of
her?
it?
Ooh.
Yeah, you cut a couple
Not
of
to like have it fall off, but like
I
for it
know,
to
but
breathe
still,
out a
that's-
little bit.
That's a slick move, though. Even
Go
to
ahead.
just notice her discomfort.
So you approach Irina, and she kind of smiles. Oh, so good to see a friendly face. Glad to see that you all came back. And as you walk up, and you kind of reach behind her, make a sleight of hand check,
Oh, please let this work. Oh,
which
man.
has +9. Plus 9 is
14.
14.
Okay.
So you very stealthily and quietly sneak your dagger behind. You manage to clip one of the strings, and it loosens up just enough. And you can see her face kind of relax a little bit, like, oh my god, thank you. So uncomfortable. I am not meant for this.
Back to the inn now, since it's like pouring down rain.
Yeah.
How ruined are our dresses, though?
A
I mean,
party,
they're-
so can we have like a festival in the inn, guys?
After
Like-
party!
I want to dance, like really.
I can druid craft the hell out of that.
Yeah. I mean, you made flowers and shit. You could-
Let's go. We're doing this.
So as we're going back to the inn, we're gonna just be like complete girls and be like squabbling about how we're gonna decorate the inn, and we're gonna like we're gonna do it up. Like, we've worked so hard, and like, we should just hang out and like be girls and like drink and meet boys or girls and like dance and look great.
Yeah.
Treat yourself. I know, I couldn't say.
So-
Good.
As you all return to the inn, there is definitely an abundance of people here. Danica and the boys are running around taking orders and trying to keep up with the amount of patrons coming in. The festival has kind of disrupted everybody's work today, so they're all using this free time to go drink and forget, especially now that wine has been restocked to the town. Word travels very quickly. So the inn itself is pretty packed. There is not necessarily a stage, however, a couple people have picked up and brought instruments in and are trying their very best to put on some kind of music and lighten the atmosphere a little bit.
Nice.
So they're
And
dancing.
it's not, it's not the world's best performances, but they are doing some pretty good renditions of classics that you're familiar with, and it's a very noticeably different atmosphere. A lot of them seem to be re-energized by this sudden appearance of, could it be Pelor? Could it be one of the other sun gods that have finally heard their prayers?
Oh my god.
Are you still like concentrating, E? Like to
No,
keep it going?
I'm too far
Well,
away. It's
Yeah, I was gonna say
dead.
she doesn't have to keep going anymore. The center of here has gone dark. However, the amount of flames and stuff left on the wicker ball have kept it going for a bit. And people are definitely in a celebrating and joyous mood. So you all arrive. You're drenched and everything. The bottoms of your dresses are a little bit dirtied because of the mud in the streets, but you all
we
come in
still
and
look
see this
good.
before you. Oh, you all still look fantastic.
Okay, good. Then I'm dancing.
Because we're so
Ruined my
beautiful
dress up,
anyway.
but I caught it. Like, I don't care if it's a little muddy. I can clean it.
We're all so hot.
I'm still in my pirate
That's
outfit. I'm
wet
ready to
enough.
just jig.
Let's just party.
Jayas wants to like work the room and see which of these men smells the most like bread.
You know, that
I was
might
gonna say,
actually
that
not be
could
the
mean a lot
most
of different
healthy. That
Get
could
the
be a
bards
sign of a
like-
really bad
Bad
day.
infection.
That could be
No.
a sign of a bad time.
No, like the man that's like, he's got like a half apron on with like a little white powder. Yeah, he's got like, he's like got
Yeah,
just
right.
these like
Powder.
muscles. It looks like he like sacks of flour all day. Like she's looking for like a sturdy oak of a man.
Oh, God.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a check.
Roll a man check. Got it. Perception.
Perception.
Not too bad. Probably
You-
the best roll I've had all night.
You kind of go up the stairs a little bit to get a better vantage,
Mhm.
and you're casing the room, and you see a couple like sturdy-looking dudes all hanging out together, and they're playing dice, or no, they're playing cards. And as you
Could they be
approach,
redheaded beard men?
sure, one of them's a redhead, one of them's a blonde, one of them's a brunette. They've all got kind of a little scruff going on. They are
Mhm.
definitely day laborers.
Mm.
Uh,
Yes.
And while none of them smell necessarily like bread, they are very attractive.
I'm gonna go play dice with them, man.
Okay,
Okay.
they're playing cards. I misspoke
Cards.
because the way that we're gonna play the game is with dice.
Well, I'm
No,
gonna
you
go.
get to play cool.
I'm gonna go play cards with them, and little do they know, I'm pretty good at it from my
Okay.
days on the street.
So you come over, and they're kind of they've all got flagons of ale in front of them. They smell very faintly of ale, and have been celebrating. And it's probably like, I mean, let's be honest, 11:30 at this point. It's still morning, but everyone's just having a good time. There are 2 open seats at the table. Do you just take a seat? Or you
I'm
just
gonna
hide?
take a seat, and out from my own like accoutrements, I am going to pull out a bottle of the Dragon Crush that I still have on me, and be like, "Hope you don't mind. I brought my own."
One of the men looks over and goes, "I don't know who you are, but I like this one," and like gives you a pat on the back. Kind of, it's a little much, like kind of rough.
But I'm strong.
But he immediately just like starts, they're in the middle of a hand, but the next one they start dealing you in. You see that there's copper pieces, kind of both in front of the players as well as a couple in the center.
Nice. Yep.
And one man seems to be dealing out cards while the others are playing.
Can I go sit with her just to make sure that she's okay?
Sure.
She wants to sit with me to make sure I don't spend all of the money on my person right now.
That's actually exactly
Which I just checked to see how much money I have on my person right now.
There you go.
So, but I will say that what E has on is very alluring because she also has a druidic tattoo that goes down her spine. It's just like single stroked and druidic down her spine. So she does look very good, even though she's not even remotely interested in any of these dudes. Whether they take the bait or whatever is up to them.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, she just wants to keep an eye on what Jayaz is up to. So she doesn't squander all of our money.
Yeah.
So they're getting comfortable and being dealt in, she's gonna be like, so what, it's nice to meet you. It's a fine festival day. I'm winking, by the way. She's gonna wink and shake their hands.
You go ahead and you shake their hands like, oh, my Benjamin. Nice to meet you. He's the man dealing the cards, the blonde.
Benji, it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The redhead introduces himself as Todd.
Ooh.
And the brown-haired man introduces himself as Steve. Because Steve. The game we're playing is Goblin's Knuckles. Do you know how to play?
Oh, I sure do. I've cracked several Goblin's Knuckles in my time.
Wonderful. He deals you 2 cards, one of which is face up, one of which is face down. Go ahead and roll a 1d6 and a 1d4 for me.
1d6.
I'm sorry, both of yours are face up.
Did that roll? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. I didn't hear the thing. It was weird. And 1d4?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Steve.
Okay. So Steve looks around the table at, or I'm sorry, Benjamin looks around the table. The other men, and says like, give me another card. He gets a 3. He's showing a 4, and he goes, ah, damn it. And he flips over his other card to 5, and he is apparently out and lost. It's now your turn. What would you like to do?
So he had 4, 3, 7, and 5. So it's 13. I'm gonna stay.
Okay. The dealer reveals his face down card. He also has rolled he's also showing a 5 and a 4 for a total of 9. You both tie, and he returns the amount of coin and copper to your hand.
Just be like, thanks. And I'm gonna, at this point, like,
So good.
I'm gonna just like lean over. Hold on, it's better if I do it this way because that's where Adrian is on the screen. I'm just be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know.
I'm not used to these common behaviors.
Yeah, we didn't play this where I'm from at all.
I need to take a quick 5-minute break. Do we want to do another quick break?
Sure, that's fine. We can read up on how to play this game.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, depends on how long we were gonna go to begin with.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we're ready to end here, we can kind of end the story beat of you guys playing cards, and then we'll role play out the rest of the party next time we play. Because I forgot, it's already 7 for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we
Okay,
could
we'll
do that.
Fine with me.
We can leave it at I have no fucking idea what I'm actually doing.
I don't know what to do either. I don't.
And then they
I'm-
kind of looming over you.
I
like,
was kind of
"Wait,
lying. I think this is like a Barovian game.
Oh, okay. Well then, I bet I can get Danica to tell me how this is played.
You should probably do that before I lose all of my money.
Okay.
And Danica's nowhere to be found.
Boo, boo, boo. Gambling with the stars.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I'm gonna bounce, but I'll be back if you guys want to wrap up the show.
Yes, we could do that.
Alright. Cool.
All right, so yeah, because wow, it's 7 already. So the goal is to get back on our regular schedule, which I'm looking right now is June 3rd, and I can tell you I will not be home all day that day.
Oh my god.
Rip. So we will have to.
Cool with maybe a one shot next week.
I was gonna say. Oh no, I was gonna.
And then a break, and then we come back.
We'll have to talk because if we're gonna be role playing this party out, I could just be drunk, not be here. You know.
Or you could just be
We
in
could come
bed.
back
Yeah,
and say
yeah.
they saw some-
So we'll figure this out amongst ourselves. Because I really don't want to have to skip a week. We'll have to see our schedules though. Maybe we could do like the week before or after. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So does anybody have announcements? Anything they're doing, working on?
My garden's coming in.
Nice, nice, cool. You got chickens too. That's cool.
6 eggs every day, man.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything going on that pertains to this. This is like in the future. But they did release just this past week the information for PAX Unplugged. So that is it's the last weekend in November, first weekend of December. It's like the 30th through the 2nd, I want to say. Tickets are on sale now. It's like $60 or $65 for the 3-day pass. Me, Jenna, and I almost said Amelia. Jesus Christ. Me, Jenna, and Charlie went this year. It was the first year. I went all 3 days, and it was great. There's so much shit you could do. They have all the like big D&D streamers. They come out and do their live shows. Everybody, they're all dressed up in their shit. It looks great. You could just you can play all kinds of different games. There's like the booths set up for you to buy stuff and try things out. They also have like a whole section of tables that after you buy a game, or you could like rent a game from the library to try out. And then they also have like D&D games the entire time you can sign up for. Workshops, like we didn't actually get to paint our own miniatures, but like that's a workshop. The line was always really fucking long, but it's there. So yeah, I'm excited. I haven't got my ticket yet, but I will be getting my ticket, and hopefully.
They really sell out, so don't worry about getting them.
No, last year they eventually did sell out of the 3-day pass, but it's so far in the future right now, like I don't think it's a problem. But yeah, so if anybody's interested in that, it's in Philadelphia. So it's pretty local to most of us. So it's pretty cool. So that's probably the only thing D&D related, I guess, I have going on.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Only a 5.5-hour drive.
I told you you're not that far from us now. I told you. We're gonna have to do something big.
Yeah. I have to come to this. You have no idea how bad I had to go last
year.
year.
Yeah. Well, even before then, I think next time Adam comes home for like a decent chunk of time, like we could like actually all get together, like for the first time ever and do something. Yeah. And we'll just cry. It'll just be a 3-hour stream of us crying. Just like we're all together. The one time that Adam was home, I guess was it around Christmas, Jenna? That it was like you were on my couch. Yeah, that's right. You were sitting on the couch with like your setup, and then I was here, and then Adam was like on the floor in my library, and like I just kept looking over at him like the entire time. This is adorable. So I would love it if we could do something. We'll have to plan something out. But with that being said, I don't think we have anything else. Keep an eye on our Twitter at LadyGamersNight. We'll let you know if we're going to do the week before or after our usual scheduled date, or if we're going to just do it on that date and J.O.S. will just be drunk and, doing stuff. Yeah. So with that, bye!